Get ready with me while I tell you how I found out one of my friends in my friend group slept with my math teacher. Get your popcorn because this is low-key a crazy one. So this teacher just got reported like a couple of weeks ago for doing that. But my friend group is kind of mixed. It's not just freshmen, it's also sophomores and some juniors because of the sport we all play, so we all kind of bond over that. And one of the girls, she was not the leader of the friend group, but she is the oldest one, so she would be the one that would drive us to places, and we would treat her as an older sister. Let's call her Kate. So Kate was the older sister of the group, like I said, and she was a junior. She was 17 or 16. Yeah, a little bit older for the grade level, but she was around that age. So one day we kind of suspected something at this one sleepover. We were all having a group sleepover with our whole friend group, which is maybe 20 girls. Yeah, it's a lot. But we could kind of suspect that she liked someone. We knew that she was talking to someone because she would, not most of the time, she would always be there with us. She would always be hanging out, but she would just be going some other places. She would always be on her phone. She'd be like, guys, I need a minute. Someone's calling me. It's just obvious, when girls know that someone's talking with a guy, But also ignore my beauty blender, it got eyeliner on it. But, yeah, and then we all kind of suspected, but we didn't really think anything of it until maybe, the morning after. So one of her friends, her closer friends, we were all, a big friend group, but, we weren't, best friends with each other, but, her best friend in that friend group was girl, what's going on? Because, at 6 a.m. in the morning, she, woke all of us up. Not, on purpose, but she was, talking really loud on the phone, being oh, yeah, I miss you, and all this stuff. And I think she thought we were all asleep or something. But, that actually woke us up. So, she's what are you doing? Because they were, sleeping right next to each other. Her and her friend, not, weird like that, but, whenever whenever girls have sleepover, you sleep on the same bed. So, all of the other girls were sleeping on floors, but her and her best friend and one other girl were sleeping on her bed, because I'm pretty sure it's a queen-size bed. Yeah. So then we were she's what's going on? Why are you talking so loud? And then she's oh, shoot, sorry. And then she immediately hangs up the call. And then her best friend's who are you just talking to? Who are you saying I miss you to? And then she was nobody. She was saying, nobody, it's nobody. It's just a friend. And then her friend was kind of pissed off because she was girl, I tell you who I like and everything like that. Why can't you tell me? And all the other girls, meaning me and some of my freshman friends, we were all confused, and even sophomores, because we were what the heck, what's going on? But we didn't think much of it. And also, mind you, the sport that we all play is softball. So that day, the reason why we mainly had a sleepover was obviously to hang out, but we had a softball tournament the next day. So her dad had a big minivan bus, so he could fit maybe 15 girls, and then his mom would take another 15 or something. But we didn't need that much, but so we were just all trying to get ready. We were doing our black paint and all that. We were doing each other's so we didn't have to do it in the car later on. And this girl's house is huge, but she only has not only, but she has 3 or 4, 3.5 bathrooms, but it's not enough for 20 girls. So we all had to squeeze in a bathroom, and me and one of my other friends were we were in the bathroom that Kate was in. And we were all just having a conversation about the game and stuff. And then we don't all play on the same team, guys. I'm in 14U, and she is in, I'm pretty sure, 16U, because she's more closer to 16, I'm pretty sure. And we were just she was just giving us pro tips on how to I guess be better, or just know the person's move. I don't really know. She was just giving us tips on random things, make sure to always be paying attention to the ball, just things like that. And she left the room for a millisecond, and someone started calling her phone. And okay, this was obviously not a nice thing for me and some other girls to do, but we just looked over at her phone. It was left on the counter, and we were all getting ready on the counter, so we just all imagine the phone was this, and we're all getting ready that, and then we're just like, ding, and then we're like, we all just look, because, you know, instinct, I guess. And it was, I'm not gonna say my teacher's name, but it was his first name and his last with like a heart on it. And that's when me and my friend both have his class. So that's when me and my friend were like, what the heck? And then we started like trying to gaslight ourselves into believing, oh, there could be anyone with this first and last name. But then like, the more that we think about it, like, she was saying how like our teacher was such like a fun teacher and he was like the best and all this stuff. And like, but we just like didn't want to get ahead of ourselves and like, you know? So she came back and we acted like nothing like really happened, and we were all still kind of like, what the heck just happened? But like, we didn't like, you know, make it obvious. And then we all get ready, we all go to the softball tournament, and we end up winning, yay us. But that like nothing really happens after that until maybe 2 weeks later, when my math teacher is like talking in class about how he is like, I don't even know why he was talking about this, but like, you know, whenever the students like, whenever he talks about his life, so we were just like asking him kind of like personal questions, but not like personal, like we did not know it was gonna get this deep. And he started saying that he was like talking to a girl, and we all knew that he wasn't married, but we were all happy for him, and we were like, yes, God, like you have like Riz, all like that stuff, you know? And then we didn't like click to our mind that it could have been, you know, the girl, so we kind of forgot about it, you know? Until he was like talking about how he had like a date that night and they were gonna meet up, and it was like a Friday, and he's like, guys, I'm not gonna give you guys a test, and we were all so happy and all that stuff. So then we all were planned to have another sleepover because we had a tournament on Saturday at, I'm not going to disclose the address area. Hold on. Yeah, I can't say what the address was, but it was at this area. It was like 2 hours away from where we live, but I guess I can't disclose it. That's what my teammate said. But then we were supposed to have it the next day, and our Kate, she says that she has to like, I'm pretty sure it was like 10 o'clock, and we all were like, oh yeah, we should like watch like a horror movie. And we were just like all bored because we've just been scrolling on TikTok, just making videos together, and we were just like, let's watch a horror movie. Kate is like, oh guys, I have to go out somewhere, and we're like, where? And like, she's like, I don't really feel like saying, and like, she was just acting so weird, and her friend was like, what's going on? But so then she was like, okay, fine, guys, I'm gonna tell you. She was like, I have a date. That's when me and one of my friends that have that class immediately looked at each other, and we were like, what the actual heck? Like, what? And then everything started adding up, and then we just like, you know, whenever you lock eyes with your friend and you're like, you guys just know what you guys are thinking, that's what happened in that situation. And yeah, we just knew immediately. And for the most part, I don't like to like speak up about these kind of things, but my friend is more, I'm not like introverted, but like I just like, that would just be awkward, me being like, you're going out with my math teacher in front of 20 girls and her parents are probably somewhere upstairs. Like, that would just not be me. But that's what my friend's like. That's what she did. She was like, what the heck? Our math teacher has a date. And when we were in the bathroom last week, we literally saw a call from our math teacher. And all the girls were just like, everyone was like doing their own thing at first. Like, we were all getting ready for the movie. People were popping popcorn in the kitchen. Everything just stopped in time for everyone. Like, everyone just stopped and looked at her. And then she turned bright red. Guys, this video is almost 10 minutes long, and I hate doing part 2 because I know what it's like whenever people do part 2, but I'm so sorry. I think I'm gonna have to do a part 2, but let me know if you guys want a part 2 because I would love to make one, and I just want to make sure enough people want to watch it. So, okay, bye guys. Love you.